Everyone, this is Ross. In today's video, I want to show you one of the best figs in my collection and talk about it with you guys. It's called De La Roca. And even here in Pennsylvania, a Spanish fig from Mallorca, from Montserrat Pons' collection, is quite good. I find it to be quite rain resistant. It definitely has the ability to dry up on the tree, and it seems to have a short hang time. In fact, I had one dried that was shown in the thumbnail of this video, guys. But I'm going to pick one right here so I can get this on camera before the season really just ends. It's definitely a fig that I think is going to be competing for the top spot in terms of, this is very similar to the Col de Dames. And let me show you guys the whole tree here, if I can zoom out. I'm losing fingers, but this is the tree right here. These are the leaves. Puts out pretty large leaves, and it just doesn't seem to be really doing all that well, this tree. We got off to a nice start here at the base when we rooted this from cutting 3 years ago. Maybe even 4, I'm not entirely sure, I have to check the date. But it put out 2 new branches this year, which got hit by a sunburn when we took this out of the greenhouse. It does get a greenhouse head start. And even though, believe it or not, it kind of got a weak start to the season, even with the greenhouse head start, it has put out a bunch of fruit. And the fruit has been exceptional. It's exceptional even in the first year that I got to try this particular variety. I don't think I got to try too much last year, just simply due to the fact that I had a lot of scale issues last year, and that tree was hit quite hard. I'm going to bring you guys over here, and we're going to open it up, talk about the flavor and why I think this fig is just incredibly good. Let me set up the tripod here real quick, guys. Sorry for the shakiness. All right, we'll just turn you guys around. We're going to be doing a video on dried figs very soon, very shortly. Also on persimmons, for those of you guys who are interested in persimmons. We're doing a video on persimmons, some that I've dried versus the fresh form. I'm going to cut this open here and we'll do a reveal what the inside looks like. The skins of these figs in the fall are quite tough usually. It's very strange how the cool weather does this. But let me show you guys. I would expect this fig not to be as late as it normally has been for me, but it's just you know, the simple fact that my tree really hasn't performed well. Isn't that a beauty? It's one of the most beautiful figs I have. This is just an absolute wonderful performer here, guys. Maybe I should put it in more light. It really is thick and jammy, just like the Col de Dames. It has that same texture to it. Low acnes, it seems like. At least the acnes are visible in this one. The pulp is very dense, and that's what I really like about this. And I would almost put it, I'm very tempted, I'm considering it. I've been propagating this because I have a feeling that this is the case, but I have a feeling that this is better than my Col de Dame Blanc and all the other Col de Dames that I grow. This one seems to me to be more productive, easier to deal with, less finicky, has a shorter hang time, has the ability to dry on the tree, and it has the same amazing flavor. And there it is. It's really, really good, guys. Even now, when the temperatures have cooled down quite significantly, it's man, I don't know the exact date, but I think it's October 3rd or October 4th, right after the temperatures really cooled down here. Yet this fig is doing wonderful. Now, here's the really impressive part about the whole fig. First off, I don't think I can really get this fig to ripen for like early season, right? It's not an early season fig. It might be more along the lines of mid to late season, somewhere in there, but I imagine it's more of a late season fig. However, if I can get all that, you know, worked out, because it's ripening in October or at the end of September, which is quite a late fig. Even with the greenhouse, we just screwed up. We really messed up this year. We messed up in prior years. I don't really know when this fig is going to ripen for me, but it's going to ripen earlier than it has. And I would imagine I can get this fig to ripen at least by September 1st with the greenhouse head start, which is really good. That's pretty solid. But what really is impressing me with this is the short hang time. It doesn't need to hang on the tree very long. We talk about hang time a lot, and it really just comes down to the fact that if a fig is hanging on the tree for 10 days, and it rains here once a week on average, it rains every 7 days, then in that 10 days, you're gonna have an issue where rain is gonna hit it, potentially split it, force me to pick it early. We're not gonna get them dried. But if I had a fig, let's say that took 5 days, from the time it was green and hard to the time it was fully ripe, if that only takes 5 days, that's an incredible fig for this location. And I have a few figs, believe it or not, that are doing that. Even De La Senora Hibernenca from Ponds. I have something like Nerucciola de Elba. It takes 5 or 6 days for it to be green and hard to then dried, to shriveling on the tree. I have a few others like Rasty's Persian Unknown that take 3 or 4 days. LSU Champagne takes like 3 to 5 days. Just absolutely incredible that some of these figs can do this. And to me, that is really the reason why I'm in love with this, combined with the amazing flavor. The Col de Noms, by the way, do this as well. They only take about 6 or 7-ish days. But it's more than De La Roca. And in total, if you were to compare the Col de Noms, and they're all different in slightly different ways, you know, like Col de Nom Blanc and Col de Nom Noir, Col de Nom Gris. It seems like my Col de Nom Blanc is just an absolute winner. It's just a rock star of a fig. However, it's a bit finicky. It doesn't like the cooler temperatures. It takes a while to get going in the spring. It takes a while to, before I can pinch it. It's a bit of a finicky variety. It also doesn't seem that productive. I would say the productivity somewhere in the medium range. The vigor somewhere in the medium range. If I can get a more healthier, less finicky Col de Dom that is even just slightly better in some aspects, to me, I think that is just the best fig I have. So I would put, I don't want to say it's the best fig I have just yet, but I would say that's a 5 out of 5 in terms of flavor. And for many other reasons, I think it's going to be the fig that I look forward to the most out of any of my figs here, which is kind of nuts. I don't really hear much about this fig, and I don't know why, but yeah, it's awesome. So I want to thank you guys for watching this one. That was De La Roca. Just take a look at the thumbnail of this video and you'll see exactly what I mean of why this variety is so good. And definitely grow this one yourself. I should have no cuttings available of this variety, unfortunately. But I know Harvey does sell it in January, so look out for his sale. And we'll catch y'all soon, all right, guys? Take care. We'll see you for tomorrow's video.